Tonight on NewsWatch Ole Miss, find out how students can pick the right career for themselves.
Plus, see why President Biden's administration waived several different federal laws to build a wall over the border.
What?
The red light's turned off.
Oh, yeah, it was taking me up.
Starts now.
Oh, okay.
Like, no, not today.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Hannah Baker.
And I'm Verlicia Gavin. We are well into the fall semester and many students are well on their way to completing their degrees and graduating college.
So what's next? Finding a job. NewsWatch reporter Laurel Wynn has more on yesterday's career fair.
The University Career Center hosted an all-majors career expo in the Student Union Ballroom on Wednesday afternoon, with as many as 74 companies represented and a registered total of 212 students in attendance. Mari Hull, an employee for Holmack Corporations in Bay Springs, Mississippi, says career events like this one are advantageous in finding a future job.
I would recommend any student to come and at least see what's out there. Don't wait till you're fixing to graduate to find out where the opportunities are. You need to start early, come to career fairs, come meet people, build relationships with companies, have opportunities to maybe get a full-time job when you do graduate.
Students who attended the career fair were able to network with a wide range of businesses, including Pepsi, Waffle House, Epic, and Republic. Several of the students who took advantage of the Career Expo had positive feedback about their experience, even if it wasn't their first choice to attend.
I'm in EDHE 301. I am required to be here for a grade. And I was not too thrilled about it, but I just got done in there and I'm really glad I went and I talked to a bunch of people in career paths I haven't necessarily considered and didn't think about my degree being applicable to.
I met a lot of cool people in this place, like DHL, Amazon, AutoZone, and they helped me a lot, so they put me in the right direction to find a better job, so happy with that.
For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Laurel Wynn.
The Oxford Police Department is officially getting a new building. An almost $9 million bid package was approved by the Oxford Board of Aldermen on Tuesday. The former Oxford Enterprise Center located on Molly Bar Road.
The total base bid came in at over $7 million. The additional came from locker rooms, a gym, fencing, a gate, and several others. The total cost of the project is roughly $13 million, coming from bonds, money granted by the state legislature, and possible grants.
Officials say that they hope the new Oxford Police Department should be completed by fall of 2024. The Oxford Blues Festival is back for the 12th year. The festival is from October 12th through the 14th at the University of Mississippi Blues Archive for 3 days. The 3-day event will feature performances from Little Willie Farmer, Ms. Lowe, and Cadillac Funk, along with 14 other artists and musicians. Doors open Friday at 4:30 p.m. and Saturday at 10:30 a.m. at the Lafayette County Multipurpose Arena.
The demand for housing in Oxford has never been higher. With the university's largest ever student population, developers are having to build further away from campus. Oxford realtor Lee Pittman says the population has really affected the condo market and pricing. Affordability has become an issue for non-students with prices rising. Pittman also says to expect more condominiums built. The street formerly known as OUS Drive has been renamed to Bolt Boulevard. The Oxford Board of Aldermen approved the renaming on Tuesday. This name change request from the OSD is to eliminate confusion by an address that referenced another school. Oxford School District purchased the 14 acres to relocate its administrative officers to this location. The name Bolt was chosen to pay homage to the district's lightning bolt logo.
13 people were arrested here in Oxford after a joint operation between the Lafayette County Sheriff's Department and Lafayette County Metro Narcotics. The 13 arrests included 4 felony charges and 9 misdemeanors. The two departments worked together to conduct driver safety checkpoints throughout Lafayette County. The operation was meant to keep the public safe with the increased amount of traffic from the Ole Miss versus LSU football weekend. The Sheriff's Department and Metro Narcotics seized $4,875 in cash, 4 firearms, 275 grams of marijuana, and 2 grams of crack cocaine.
A woman has been arrested and charged for prostituting near an elementary school in Memphis on Tuesday. Memphis Police Department responded to a call regarding a prostitution bust within a mile distance of American Way Elementary School. Police say Shakayla Robinson engaged in a sexual conversation with the decoy, offering both oral and natural sex. She is now facing charges for prostitution near a church or school.
The Biden administration waived 26 federal laws to allow for more border wall construction to begin in southern Texas. The Department of Homeland Security announced the news overnight, saying that the law was necessary. The news comes as a shock because President Biden promised that not another wall would be built during his 2020 presidential campaign. Federal data shows Border Patrol reported nearly 300,000 encounters in the Rio Grande Valley sector between last October and August. The surge of migrants has strained federal and state resources and fueled concerns in cities nationwide. According to the notice, construction of the barrier will be paid for through a 2019 operations bill that funneled money specifically for that purpose. President Joe Biden's and Mexico's president's response to the news now.
I'll answer one question on the border wall. The border wall, the money was appropriated for the border wall. I tried to get them to reappropriate, to redirect that money. They didn't, they wouldn't. And in the meantime, there's nothing under the law other than they have to use the money for what was appropriated. I can't stop that.
Do you believe the border wall works?
No.
So they are acting very irresponsibly, and they are putting very hard pressure on the president, who will always count on our support. But that authorization for the construction of the wall is a setback, because that doesn't solve the problem. That doesn't solve the problem. The causes must be addressed.
Oxford's animal shelter has plenty of furry friends that can be adopted, and NewsWatch reporter DeLaken Crawford was able to get a chance to meet the shelter's pet of the week.
The Oxford Animal Resource Center collects and rescues abandoned animals. Each week, they have a pet of the week that is looking for a home. This week's pet of the week is Regal. Regal is a beautiful gal that is just shy of 3 years old. She is a quiet girl who just wants to be your best friend. She does not like for her kennel to be dirty, so she keeps it clean. A big positive about her is that she walks great on a leash. Regal is a massive mix who's been in the shelter for 18 days. If you're looking to adopt, visit the Oxford Animal Resource Center. Hey Regal. Hey. She has been spayed, microchipped, and up to date on all vaccines, including rabies and heartworm. I am DeLaken Crawford, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
Today is World Teacher Day.
And students around the world are showing their appreciation for their favorite teachers.
NewsWatch went around campus today and asked students who were their favorite Ole Miss professors and why.
Who's your favorite teacher?
Professor Bailey.
Okay, why is he your favorite teacher?
Because his class is the easiest.
Who's your favorite teacher?
Probably Dr. Shaw. He's an accounting professor.
Okay, why is he your favorite teacher?
He's good at what he does. I just like the way he teaches.
Who is your favorite teacher?
Wendy Todd.
What does she teach?
Writing 101.
Why is she your favorite teacher?
She works really well with students, and like our class is kind of like a conversation, so it's like everyone's engaged, and I feel like the classroom environment's really well, and she's really good at teaching writing.
Relicia, who is your favorite professor on campus?
Well, I think honestly, I'd probably have to say Professor Sparks in the journalism building.
I
think she
love him.
Yes, he's great.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think Professor Dolan, his outfits are so
Yes.
cute. If you're in his journalism classes, he gives me like fashion inspo every day. But
So agree.
coming up, the national UAW strike has laid off more workers.
Plus, a 14-year-old is being charged with the killing of his own brother. These stories and more after the break.
Hey, Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
Patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
We're here when you're ready.
Mom, I got it. What are you doing in there?
I got stuck.
Are you a dog?
I wouldn't do that. Have you seen the pliers? Where'd you find those?
It's not your birthday.
Sorry.
Bye, Grandpa.
Bye, Grandpa.
Take care of yourself.
What are you doing? What are you looking for?
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. The United Auto Workers strike is making headlines once again. This time, Ford Motors Company planned to fire over 400 employees, and the company says the UAW workers are able to blame for this. Rich Wilson Ida has more.
We supply Chicago Assembly with
bit?
transmissions, so it's inevitable that it was going to affect us this way.
Ford explains that the layoffs are, quote, a consequence of the strike at Chicago Assembly Plant because these two facilities must reduce production of parts that would normally be shipped to Chicago. Troy Deal with Local 182 right across the street from the Ford Livonia plant says while this was expected and now those workers will be put on strike pay, it's still hard.
I think we're at a point where it's a lose-lose. Now it's just a matter of how much does everybody want to lose.
These 400 layoffs are in addition to the already 930 layoffs at the other Ford facilities, bringing the total now to about 1,330 employees let go.
I'm sure there will be more in the not-too-distant future.
Former President Donald Trump's lawyers are asking if his trial can be pushed back until after next year's election. Trump is on trial for illegally stashing classified documents at his Florida estate after he left the White House in 2021. This is just one of 4 criminal cases that Trump is fighting. Trump's lawyers said to a district judge to back the trial date to mid-November 2024. His lawyers also say postponing the trial was necessary because of his scheduling conflicts with another federal trial for Trump. For now, Trump's trial date for this case is set for May.
A 14-year-old boy is being charged with murder and has been arrested for allegedly killing his 17-year-old brother. Alabama officials found the boy's hit list where it had more people that he planned to kill, including shooting up his school. The victim's father says suspect 17-year-old went missing Monday, but they didn't report it. The father found the teen's body outside the family home Tuesday and called police. Pike County Sheriff Russell Thomas says the 14-year-old suspect confessed to shooting his brother when no one else was home. Thomas said the teen admitted dragging the body about 60 yards to the back of the property. Hear what state authorities have to say about the murder.
You know, he has proven that he is a danger to our society, not only his family members, but to our society as a whole. And that we've not seen any remorse.
It is so important that if you see something or you hear something, and it is of any kind of nature where it's a threat to public safety, you need to say something to a teacher, a community member, somebody.
Today is National Depression Screening Day, and new research is showing us the importance of diagnosing this mental health condition. It also shows us how effective screenings can be to help identify someone who may be considering suicide. Mandy Gaither has more details about this study.
It's one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. More people died from suicide last year than any other year on record, according to provisional data.
One of the key aspects of
preventing suicide is being able to identify individuals who are most vulnerable to attempting suicide.
That's why Craig Bryan and his colleagues at the Ohio State College of Medicine and Wesleyan University started studying patient screening methods at primary care clinics. The researchers believe traditional screening for suicidal thoughts would be most effective in identifying which patients were most likely to attempt suicide. But that wasn't what they found.
The key finding was that the most effective way to identify patients who would eventually attempt suicide was to screen them for depression.
The researchers found that screening for depression correctly identified more patients who would go on to attempt suicide than traditional suicide screening.
Primary care healthcare providers should really be focusing on identifying patients who have depression, and that might serve as a gateway for determining who might need additional treatment and intervention to prevent suicide.
For Health Minute, I'm Andy Gaither.
Many of you heard about the thousands of registered nurses that are currently on strike to protest working conditions. Well, because of the strike, many nursing programs are turning away applicants. The reason nursing programs are turning applicants away, it's not just because of being understaffed, but because they don't have enough teachers to teach students. The American Association of Colleges of Nurses reports that more than 78,000 qualified applicants were rejected from nursing school last year. Even the schools that are fully staffed with faculty members, they still don't have enough clinical placements for students. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services are donating more than $26 million to address issues in nursing school.
12 people are alive after being stranded in a cargo ship. According to a U.S. Coast Guard, the 12 people were rescued after a distress call was sent out yesterday. Officials say that some or all of them climbed on life rafts and a lifeboat as their cargo vessel took on water. Now the Coast Guard says they are determined to figure out if the ship poses a pollution risk to the area. They are also actively investigating what led up to the emergency. Now let's check in with weather anchor Erica Fontana for a look at your current conditions.
Right now we're looking at a current temperature of 68 degrees in Oxford. It's pretty rainy out with winds coming from the north at 5 miles per hour. We'll be back after the break with a full weather forecast.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry. I'll see you later.
Welcome back to NewsWatch. Around northern Mississippi, weather's pretty much the same. We're looking at high 60s, low 70s. And then tonight it's going to drop quite a little bit, be 61 degrees with a chance of showers, trying to get out of the showers from this afternoon. And then winds about the same coming out of the north at 5 miles per hour. And then as you can see, the rain's pretty much moving out. We're getting it up into the northeast. And then tomorrow it's going to get a little bit warmer, 78 degrees and clear skies. Thankfully, no rain tomorrow, with winds about the same, 5 to 10 miles per hour coming from the north. And tomorrow's temperatures are going to be pretty much the same around northern Mississippi. We're looking at high 70s and then low 80s over in Tupelo. And then game day temperature, it's going to be quite chilly, 64 degrees during the day. It'll get a little bit cooler at night, but thankfully it'll be sunny, no rain, probably a little bit clouds at night, but that's about it, and a little bit of wind. And then for the 5-day forecast, it's going to get a little bit cooler. As we see Saturday, it's going to be 64 degrees. Sunday, it's going to be high 60s, and then Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be high 70s.
Well, I'm just so excited that it's going to be cold Saturday night for the game.
I'm so excited for the fall temperatures. Like, it's going to be great.
Like this morning, I woke up and it was like kind of cold outside. I'm
I
like,
know.
okay, let's get it going.
I know.
Exactly.
Sweatshirts, so much fun.
I know.
Well, coming up, the Ole Miss football team is hoping to keep their momentum rolling against Arkansas this weekend, and the men's and women's basketball teams are set to host their annual Square Jam this Friday. I'll have that and more next up in sports.
Great having you.
Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah.
What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking. Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Whatever gets you talking. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Jason, let's go see your room.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Welcome back. I'm Haley Hood with Sports Watch. Kicking things off, the biggest party in the SIP will be going down this weekend when Ole Miss hosts Arkansas Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. This is the 70th meeting all-time between Ole Miss and Arkansas, dating all the way back to 1908. The Razorbacks hold a 37-29 lead over the Rebels with 2 ties. 5 of the last 8 games between the Rebels and the Razorbacks have been decided by 4 or less points. Rebel Nation is riding on a high after last weekend's match against LSU, and hopefully we can have another win at home against the Razorbacks. We will find out Saturday night when we stripe the VOD. Good luck, Rebs. With a month to go before the 2023-2024 basketball season swings into full gear, fans will have the chance to catch a glimpse of Ole Miss men's and women's basketball tomorrow at the 9th annual Square Jam. Both teams will be introduced for the first time this year, along with hearing from head coaches Chris Beard and Coach Yo. Various players will participate in multiple encore activities, including a game of knockout, tic-tac-toe, a men's dunk challenge, and always the anticipated three-point challenge. Following the festivities, both teams will be available for autographs. This is one of my very favorite events of the fall, and I hope to see all of you there. Also taking place tomorrow night, the Ole Miss women's team will host A&M and then will hit the road Sunday for a battle against number 22, Kentucky. Last week, Ole Miss split in SEC play, defeating South Carolina in a 5-set thriller and falling short to number 12, Tennessee, in 3 sets. The Rebels boast a 5-1 record on their home court this season. Julia Dias recorded her first double-double of the season against the Gamecocks. She tallied a career high of 19 kills and 14 digs in the win. The Rebels have been sound on defense, leading the SEC in digs per set at 15.3 and ranking 3rd in opponent hitting percentage at .154. Awesome job so far, and good luck this weekend. Also taking place tonight is some more Thursday night football. The Washington Commanders host the Chicago Bears at FedEx Field. The Commanders have been somewhat of a surprise package to start the season and found themselves 2-2 entering tonight's game. They enter the game fresh off of a Week 4 overtime loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. They come back home to face the Bears, who are down to the bare bones in secondary, but put on its best offensive performance on Week 4 against the Broncos. Bets are saying the Bears will sweep the Commanders, but we will find out tonight at 7:15. And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to tune into Rebel Watch at 5:30 to catch up on the latest sports updates.
After the break, find out what event happens next week that will not happen again for another 20 years.
And see how people are getting already into the Halloween spirit. This and more after the break.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Something exciting is coming on October 14th, and it will be the last time to experience it for almost 20 years.
That's right, Verlicia. It's a solar eclipse that scientists call the Ring of Fire because it's when the moon is in front of the sun. This creates a circle of light with darkness in the middle.
According to NASA, it will be visible in all continental states, including Alaska. They say it will start afternoon Eastern time and last a few minutes in each location. NASA urges people to remember to not look up at the sun during this phenomenon.
You can get certified eclipse glasses or a special camera.
Well, that's all we have for tonight. Tune in next week. I'm Verlicia Gavin.
And I'm Hannah Baker with your latest news. Be sure to keep up with us on our socials and tune in tomorrow at 5. NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.